a little bit about completing games today as well.
Right. A little bit about completing games.
Yeah. Because, I'm doing quite well on this year's ones. I think I'm on 24 completed.
I beat 2.
Also the other indies,
Yeah, I beat 2. By the way, does beating... Did I beat Football Manager last year?
Well, technically, because you won all the cups, then yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no, I did the quad 2, 3. I won the Prem, I won the Champions League, I won the FA, I won the Caballero. I did the quadruple?
Yeah, I'd say complete it.
I mean, what else can you do at that point? And then our under 23s won their league in the cup. Our under 18s won the league in their cup.
Yeah.
So, I mean, where do you go from there?
You can't. I mean, unless you go to a different club and try again,
No.
You just can't. Or
No.
break records. That's the only thing you could do.
I was already labeled the best manager of United States best manager of all time.
Well, there you go. You've completed the game. Game complete.
I think I had a winning percentage of 60% too.
Bloody hell.
I'm and that's wins versus draws and losses. I think if you add draws in, I was an 80% convert, getting points versus dropping points.
Wow.
I mean, as anybody who can see, by the way, hello everybody that just watched the stream before. I mean, we're not starting off in a bad position. It's not like I gave us no money, no ground, and nothing to start with. A lot of those players we got were regens, and I signed some because we have a budget to sign people. But it's it's cool. We're going to thump the lower leagues. And then, once you kind of hit, the Vanarama National League 2, then you start worrying, and you need to start worrying about the caliber of player you can bring in stuff. But hopefully we have enough of a reputation at that point, too, that we can bring in good caliber players. That's where the wheeling and dealing and the money comes into play. But it's also where the farm system comes in, the youth development. Because, if you've looked, obviously we have the best youth development in England, mainly because that's where we put all of our money, but because as part of the MO for TGWPIS FC, as everybody knows, we have our TV deal worth about £100,000 a year because we stream on Twitch TV all of our matches. And because we stream on Twitch, obviously all the young kids in Corby and the surrounding areas are attracted to play for TGWPIS FC because, hey, they're cool, they're hip, we get it. We use the technology to bring them in. So, that's
the thing.
You have to, once again, it's literally, I built our own club, right? It's whatever the headcanon I have to make it a funny series and interesting. That's it. And also, when you have a guy named Jonathan Atkinson that shows up as one of your reserve, you're okay, yeah, this is it.
But they're looking and go, hang on, it's just a bit of nepotism. He's no, he's just too good.
He's 28. It's not like he's my brother. My brother's got a different name, and he's from Corby. It's the best part. He's from Corby.
So, hello everyone, welcome to the Game What Plus F podcast. I am Lardteamaker, aka Will McKellar, and joining me, as always, Mr. Football, Mr. Premiership, Mr. Champions League, is James Atkinson.
How are we doing, everybody? And if you're wondering, if I just turn this little bit over there, that is the Prem on TV right now. It's been gone for 2 weeks, and I haven't. And football's over. American football, and I didn't know what to do with myself.
Did you hear the news this week, though, about the football crossover that could be happening?
I know Rob Gronkowski retired.
Yep, and could be signed by WWE, but that's not the big news.
You mean Harry
Kane?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wants to kick. And guess who Harry Kane's favorite football team is?
The Patriots.
Yes! See?
It's Shit.
See, what did I tell you? I'm a Tottenham fan. I'm a New England Patriots fan. Harry Kane's a New England Patriots fan. He's spending time with Tom Brady, which can only be a good thing, right? He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT, the greatest of all time. I think Harry Kane could do well kicking, and I mean he'd probably make just as much money, you know.
Well, you used to have former rugby players as kickers in.
Still do have former rugby players. They come in.
It works. The crossover is there.
Yeah, I mean, like for rugby, it's really simple. I mean, it's roughly this. It's like, oh, so I have to do that, except I don't have to tackle the guy, and I wear pads. Great, this is easy.
I mean, the big difference between rugby and football is the way they kick the extra points. And I mean, still same goalpost sort of thing, but you look in rugby, it's more sort of over to the side, and then you sort of swing in as you come in to kick the ball. Yeah, you also drop kick as well. But if you're doing like a penalty kick,
yeah,
you know, it's on the ground, it's lined up ready, but no one holds it. It's there on a
tee. It's like a kickoff.
Yeah, but they're more sort of they're off to the side more rather than straight. You know, just slightly off.
And they don't have people running at them.
Yeah. It's all just waiting to see where it goes because it's very gentlemanly.
it's gentlemanly when it comes to the penalties. Like the rest of it, like when you're in the scrums and everything, it's not very gentlemanly at all. It's very
no.
It's very, especially if you watch Australian rules rugby. That's just a fucked up game.
Yeah, we used to watch that on Channel 4 on a Saturday and Sunday morning. It's like, what the hell? It's like, so you can bounce the ball, you can punch the ball, you can kick the ball.
It's a circular pit. It's a circular pitch. You can murder the guy. Like that guy. Like I saw it, and the guy got punched the other guy in the face, and it was like, it's legal. You're like,
and the refs, when you score, it's like go over, or it's like, what the hell?
But I think the rugby players who make it, the majority of the rugby players who make it in American football are punters.
Yeah,
because it's that. What are you doing? You're drop kicking the ball. And I think Seattle Seahawks punter is an Australian rules rugby player, and they actually scouted him from there because they saw him and he was playing down there, and he was an average one, but just the way he kicked was different. And so, believe it or not, his coach, his Australian rugby coach, told him to go over to the NFL. Like, sent him game videos to NFL teams. And the Seahawks said, yeah, well, we want this guy. And so they signed him.
It does that stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. And apparently he's just a really, like, relaxed, nice guy. Because obviously he's Australian. So, like, he came over and he's like, I didn't know what to expect. You know, you hear about American football, you see it sometimes, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, the guys are really welcoming of him, showing them the ropes and stuff. So, just like that crazy Australian. I mean, if anybody's ever seen the movie The Replacements, Keanu Reeves, American football, it's like the whole league goes on strike, and so they bring scrubs in to play for a couple of games. It's Keanu Reeves and Gene Hackman.
Right.
But the joke is they get a guy who is an English, they call him the leg because he can kick it the length of the pitch. And he's a soccer player, and he's like, you know, your typical English guy who's smoking on the field and shit. And they're just like, okay, it's like, you plant it and I'll kick the bloody piss out of it. I'll find the scene, and we'll do it during trailer time today. We'll do it during trailer time.
As an extra.
Yeah, as an extra bit. Though we actually have good trailers today. We actually have news to talk about today. And we're not going to be spoiling any video games today.
No, not today.
That I know of.
Well, yeah, unless... No, I don't think I'll be spoiling any. No. Because I didn't play Sekiro. Didn't play any more of Metro Exodus. So, yeah, I don't think I'll be spoiling anything. So, news. It's a mixed bag of news, frankly, this week. Some of it, shall we get rid of the shitty stuff out of the way first?
Yes.
And then we'll do the good stuff. Right. So, European Parliament, they went to the vote and they decided to vote in Article 11 and Article 13, which means now European countries in the European Union have 2 years to adopt this. Which kind of leaves also the UK in limbo because we're not sure what they're going to be taking laws-wise from Europe. We don't know because they're still in a fucking mess. They still don't know what they're bloody doing. And so Article 13. Now, I've seen in our Discord someone trying to say it won't really affect other parts of the world. But that's naive because it will affect other parts of the world if this isn't stopped in its tracks. Because think of it this way, right? If there's copyrighted material on YouTube from Europe, then that channel could be blocked from being seen anywhere in the world because it's come from Europe. And that's just the start. I mean, as James has said, and as I police this, the only way they're going to police this is like using things like algorithms and bots and things like that. Exactly. We know how badly they're going to work. And we know there's going to be innocent people caught up in this. We just know it. And it genuinely bummed me out when I heard the news this week. It was just, common sense is gone. Especially for people who don't know what they're doing.
We just need more of the guy. I don't know what his title is, but I've been as part of work. I've had to watch a lot of Brexit stuff recently.
Yeah,
and we just need the guy whose job it is to sit and go order.
John Burke, the Speaker of the House.
Yeah, he is my favorite part of like watching anything because he like I personally love English Parliament versus American Parliament because it literally is just rabble, and he just order. Because it doesn't seem like it's changed in like centuries. Like that's what it was back when they were all wearing powdered wigs and fancy surcoats.
It is basically the same thing.
And they've got the same guy probably doing that same job. Like, what is your job? My job is to sit there and go, order! Calm down, Mr. Chair. And he's a small guy, too, which is even better. Like, just makes my day. Just, like, watching him just, just... Because he just berates everybody for being out of line. And it's so passive-aggressive. Just like, what my esteemed colleague is trying to do is completely unlawful. Do
you remember that time when they nicked the gavel? The gentleman was removed. It's like, really? They didn't tackle him or anything? No, he just very British-like went up to where they speak, lifted the gavel up, turned and walked off. And it's just like when the security bit just ran up to him, nicked it back, and then they ejected him. It's like, how very British.
It's a wonderful thing, and once again, it's just like once again common sense. Just it's out the window. It's just weird, and you know, I've appreciated it to itself as like, it's how you passed this law, freaking great. I want to see you police it. I really want to see you try, because there's no infrastructure in place. It's probably 5 years too early for even the basics of the computer algorithm can do it. And the closest thing we have to that is YouTube, and that's going really well. What I equated to, and I don't want to have to use these examples, but I guess I'm going to have to. If Facebook can't take down the video of a white supremacist shooting up mosques in New Zealand in a reasonable amount of time, what makes you think that you're going to be able to police copyrighted material? Facebook we know they mine data. We know that they're involved in everybody's lives. We know that they know everything about us. But they can't take down a video, and you want to do that, but with every media site that goes through the EU.
And then every search engine has to pay a fee every time someone goes to a news link via them. It's like,
Good.
what?
This is how I see this happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
This gets passed 2 years to adopt. When
Yeah.
they go to Google and they say, "Hey, guess what, Google? Time to pay." Google is going to find X amount of laws, tie them up in litigation for freaking years, and just cost the EU money dragging it through court after court after court after court, because it's going to be cheaper for them to just litigate the shit out of this thing than pay them any money. And it's going to get to the point where the cost-benefit ratio is going to go too high, and then they're probably just going to say fuck it and overturn it in 10 years, and you've lost money because you spent trying to litigate and police this thing, and you're not collecting the revenues that you were expecting to collect the revenues on.
See, I personally think that there's one bit of solace for this. Is one of the MPs that will, voted for this. My only solace is one day they're going to do something, and they're going to put something on Twitter, and they are going to get busted for it. They're going to get banned for it because it's going to fall under Article 13, and then they're going to scream foul. And then people can go, well, you voted it in. We didn't. We didn't want this shit.
I also like my interpretation of UN law, which, let's say the EU, the majority of the states in the EU are part of the UN. I think we can say that with some reason with it, that Article 19 is everyone has the right of freedom of opinion and expression. This includes the freedom to hold opinions without interference and seek, receive, and impart information and ideas through any media regardless of its frontiers.
Yeah.
Would you consider media and memes to be regardless of frontiers?
Yeah,
right.
Because it's freedom of the press.
It's a way of expressing information and ideas.
Yeah.
Right? And then Article 30, which is nothing in this declaration may be interpreted to imply that any state, group, and persons have a right to engage in any activity or to perform any act aimed at the destruction of any of the rights and freedoms herefore within.
So we got 2 UN laws that can override this and go, no.
But does anybody listen to the UN? No. They're good at humanitarian aid. And by good, I mean they're better than almost any other country because other countries suck at it.
Yeah, we all do.
Once again, what would make the UN better? The Speaker of the House from the English Parliament. It's going to be basically my MO for like the next couple weeks is like, how can we make this better? The Speaker of the House from the English Parliament.
I think we know what our title is for today then.
I would like to have him host meme review.
So yeah, Article 13 sucks. Article 11 sucks.
Article 17 sucks. Because was it 17 now?
Yeah, they've renamed it 17. It's just like, stop it. Stop it, EU. Stop it. Stop being dicks. Hopefully, common sense will actually be reborn and people go, hang on a minute. This is wrong. But, we've got 2 years. We've still got Brexit to eventually sort out when people can find their arse in both hands and a GPS system.
Yeah, no. The MP will sit down to push her plan through. Oh, fucking great. That's smart. I will push our Brexit through, and then I will step down as Prime Minister. So basically, you're just going to go, here's the steaming dumpster fire, we passed it. Peace, I'm out of here.
Yeah. No, one of the MPs, Nicola Sturgeon, which is leader of the SNP, did a brilliant line about Theresa May. She said, she's such a great Prime Minister that even when she tries to fall on her own sword, she misses. I love that line.
It is perfect. I just see this as it's finally happening, Will. The monarchy has stepped back and just waited for a moment like this to be like, man, this is going really great. This whole, this whole democracy thing. Remember when we were in monarchy? Remember when this was never a problem? Yeah. Do you want to go back with that? Queen's looking pretty good right about now.
Your Majesty, it's time to take back control.
like Harry and they got their acts together. They're both married, having kids.
Mhm.
I mean, like they figured their shit out.
Yep.
Like what has the royal family done recently that's been a little too off kilter?
Well, Philip caused that accident around New Year. So, he gave up his driving license. um,
Does he need to drive himself anymore?
no,
Really?
he never needed to drive himself for years. He did.
And like if he did want to drive, couldn't they just go to one of their estates and like just drive on the estate?
Yeah.
Or if they couldn't they have like gone to like one of the many racing tracks in England and go, "Hey, I would like to drive my car." And you think they wouldn't have been like, "Of course." Ah, well. That's neither here nor there. That's the interesting, that's that news. Done.
Yeah. Let's get rid of that. That's the bad news out of the way. Now, good news. Now,
I need to find if anybody can, listening to the show now or later, I need you to find me the sound clip of the guy screaming order. I will have to find a way to integrate it into the show as a sound bite, either like through my little stream deck here, or through follows or bits or something like that, or like subscriptions. Order!
let us see. So, I'm just going to have a look here. Just look at the place. No, it doesn't look like it's going to be there, is it?
We'll find it. It's write that down. Remind me in a week or two.
Okay. John Burkhouse, order. That's what we need.
So the guy's name is John Burkhouse. By the way, props to John
John
Burkhouse. Shout out to John Burkhouse for like being the only sane guy in the room.
There we go. That's his name right there. Right, so games. That's what we need to talk about, isn't it?
Now that we're done with the Game of Thrones.
Now the game of loot.
Yeah. All the loots.
So GDC was happening, and PAX East happened.
Yep.
And at PAX East, you had Gearbox Software doing a keynote.
Very awkward keynote.
Yeah, Mr. Magician made a joke or a line that made probably every person just go, oof, no, just no, Randy, no.
We've seen worse.
Yeah, but when he said he DM'd some cosplayers some pictures, it was kind of like, oh. Which, that sort of intake of breath as you just sort of back away and just...
Not everybody can be Todd Howard.
Did somebody say Skyrim?
Yes. It's coming out on the Nokia old brick phones next.
Perfect.
Thank you, Gio.
Finally, my dream's been realized.
I know. I've wanted to play Skyrim on my Samsung TV for years now.
Good morning, Hurgleman.
Good morning.
How are you?
Well,
You right?
Good morning, James. Good morning, everybody in the chat. How are you all doing?
It's a sultry voice. So yeah, we were talking about Gearbox, and we were talking about Borderlands 3's being released.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Me and Chris...
pretty good.
Yeah. If it's just Borderlands 2, but 3...
But more?
I think everybody in the world would be okay with it.
Yeah.
I mean, they also touted over 3 million guns and loot, which I believe.
Billion.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's like gun with 1% accuracy, gun with 2% accuracy. Ooh. My God, what would we do with our lives?
So they actually, I figured out their trick on Borderlands 1.
Okay. Which, by the way, HD remaster.
Fantastic.
If you have the Handsome Jack collection, you get it for free because it's just a skin update.
Yeah. So the trick with it is that It's actually there's a manager.
Right.
There's an entire like class, and I'm pretty sure they're using UE4 for Borderlands 3, which is why it took so long to come out, because Borderlands 2 and Handsome Jack and Middle and all of them, the other ones, were all on UE3. So they had to redo all their shit, because Borderlands 1 and 2, it's just updating skins, updating some of the engine a little bit, but because they had to do the overhaul to the next generation, that's why it took so long.
Yeah,
So
5 years. 5 years is what we normally expect in development time for that kind of a game.
yeah, so the system they have basically an actor, or not an actor, but a class that all it does is it reads your character's level and reads out of a database of predetermined bits, and it shuffles them around, makes sure that it's about where your level is, and then spits out again. And the bits are the weapon type,
Yep.
the handle type,
Yep.
the scope type,
Yep.
the barrel type,
Element
the
type.
stock type, the element type, the magazine type, the frame type, the what is it? The make type. And then it adjusts all the other stats alongside it.
So basically what you're saying
and bayonets. And bayonets. I forget about bayonets.
So what you're saying is that a bunch that could be under barrel type, because that's attached to the barrel.
No, it's separate.
Okay. So you could almost say that a bunch of nerds got a bunch of loot tables together from D&D and just said,
effectively,
what if we made this thing?
What if we made this one?
And so like now a bunch of other nerds who like tables and graphs are just in there going like, oh yes. So
Yep.
I've always wanted to roll a D1 billion. Now
Yes.
I can. But yes. It looks good. I watched the trailer. We're gonna watch the trailer. It's it's Borderlands.
What more do you want?
I mean, yeah. And we know one thing for sure about it. It's not Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Yep. Congratulations. It's not Battle Royale. It is a hero looter shooter, though.
Yep. I mean, it's kind of the quintessential looter shooter.
It
Like-
is. It's what defined the genre.
It pretty much did. I'm trying to think what the earliest form of looter shooter was. I don't remember.
I mean, you've
It's
got
too early for my history lesson.
Borderlands 1. I mean, we're not talking Diablos because they're not shooters.
No, I know there was another shooter that had RPG elements to it
System
prior
Shock?
to Borderlands.
System Shock 2?
Probably,
Deus Ex?
yes. I would say those.
Like,
They have a bit other elements.
But- I mean, randomized loot with RPG elements.
Mm-hmm.
But they weren't class-based. That was the other thing.
Yeah.
Well, System Shock 2 kind of was, because you had to choose your career path at the beginning of it. I only know this because I'm watching somebody do a Let's Play of System Shock 2, so...
Yeah. I mean, Borderlands is also class-based.
It is
Yeah.
class-based, where System Shock 2 really isn't, but you get to kind of choose
Right.
your career, which gives you your basic stats.
Yeah, it's kind of closer to, like, a quintessential Bethesda game in the idea that, like, you have air quotes classes, but it's just a stat array.
Right. I think if we were to say anything, it's if somebody took Doom and then took Diablo and combined them together, that's how you got Borderlands 1. Because it's not like precision and tactical shooting that you'd see in a Call of Duty. It's more fast-paced, kind of the way the movement reminds me a lot more of Doom than it does of a standard FPS. And obviously, the loot is it's Diablo. Diablo defined that genre. We can all
Very
agree
true.
on that. We can all agree on that. By the way, Diablo now available on Good Old Games. Diablo 1.
Ooh.
Is it bad that like seeing Diablo 1 being available on Good Old Games makes me want to go and play Diablo 2? Because like the superior version of it. Because Diablo 3 is just Diablo 3.
Diablo 3.
Diablo 3 was fun. It was
fun.
It's lighter. It's lighghter. That's to say the least. It's a lot lighter than the previous Diablos.
Auction house, anybody? that
that existed.
That was a thing.
You know what it was? They were trying to emulate the I mean, here's the thing. All these huge concepts that people keep trying to do was either pioneered by mobile games, ironically, which I'm not happy about, or B, Valve. Everybody's trying to copy Valve.
Yep.
Like, they have been for like the past decade. Like, loot boxes, that was your hat drops. That was your gacha game bits from mobile. The real life cash market, that was the Steam marketplace. That's the place where you sell all your trading cards for 2 cents a pop.
Little bit of eBay influence in Diablo 3 too, because there was the eBay selling of items for Diablo 2.
Yeah, the auction house.
Yeah, no, that was a Steam basis, because Steam has the cash shop where you can sell the accessories for the things. They were doing it for things like Dota and things like Team Fortress, where you could just go buy it from other people and they can sell it and they take a small cut.
And the Russian mob
and the Russian with fucking CS:GO.
It's a thing. It's legitimate. It is a thing. It's legitimate. Look it up. They've been doing it for years.
Look, they're gonna figure out a way to launder money, so like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, but how do they just think about the absurdity of it? They launder money through achievements in Steam games. It's like,
I just imagine them like having accounts, like just buying like accounts for their like members, and just
he's such cheeky breaky here. Oh, cheeky.
Like the feeling of like when your mob member is too bad at video games to be able to properly launder his money.
No, Alexi, you need to go right. Do you not understand the controls? These games, I don't.
No, Victor, I don't. Why can't I use the old controller, the one with the 3 handles, not the 2?
I don't understand this. Why are there 2 joysticks?
I have 3 hands.
He's not good. Alexi, get Alexi in here. Alexi knows video games.
I'm watching gameplay for Rage 2, and I'm real excited about it.
By the way, dude, that's a piece of news.
Mm-hmm.
In the quote unquote now that the console war is over, and now that we're on to the
platform war.
The platform wars. Bethesda is going to release all their games on Steam.
Yep.
And Steam and their own launcher, and that's it. So,
because they don't use Unreal, so they have no ties to Epic Games. They have no interest.
They've got their own thing, their own code,
yeah.
And we know that works really well. It's so super stable, doesn't crash, doesn't glitch that often. It's fine. It's got code.
So the big I'm going to say I don't have like definitive knowledge of this. I don't have any factual information, but I'm going to say that it's most likely because of the other companies, like Bethesda themselves. Whatever. They've been doing dumb shit for a while, and we've been giving them a pass because we look at all their shit starry-eyed. Don't get me wrong, I look at id stuff all starry-eyed, but
Skyrim, glitchy as hell.
It was fun.
I mean, like,
but
the fact that
it was broken.
But the fact that A, we're still memeing about it, B, we're still talking about it, and C, we're still playing it on other games, and they're being released on the current gen consoles. They did all right. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah,
it
they
was
still made a buck or two.
yeah, they did all right. Like,
They maybe broke just about even.
I mean, to be fair, if they made any money, then it was probably profit.
yeah, I think they profited off of Skyrim.
But like looking at Rage 2, it looks so good. It looks really good.
Yeah, it just looks a lot of fun, doesn't it?
It does. They
Just
basically
playing,
took
turn
the
brain off and
idea.
just enjoy.
And here's the thing, like Rage 1 was not a bad game. It was just difficult to tell like where the focus was. And I think they refined the ever-living Christ out of it.
It was their developer's art project. It's like,
It
great,
really was.
You guys finished Fallout 4. Go just fucking do what you want.
I don't think it wasn't the Bethesda team, it was the id team. So it was
Finished Doom?
we're burning out. No, it wasn't Doom. I think it was before the
Wolfenstein.
schism for Wolfenstein. They just finished
Yeah.
Wolfenstein and they were just like, we don't want to do Doom yet. We're going to do Doom, but we don't want to do Doom yet. We really want to just do something new. And that's the thing I love about id and the leads of id is because they just go, yeah, go for it.
I mean, you could almost say that like Doom, I mean, like Rage and like Rage 2 were almost kind of like their sandboxy playground coding wise to like come out with the new Wolfenstein and come out with the new Doom. Like we know we're going to do this, but instead of doing that IP, let's make the game we want that game to be. And if it's not what it wants to be, we can just turn it into our own property.
Yeah.
That's essentially what once again I heard somebody else say this, and it makes sense for like Japanese games. Like Sekiro Die Twice was supposed to be a new Tenchu game, but
you can tell.
but they added too many new things, and when you add too many new things to a game that divorces it from its original property, they don't trash the game; they just make a new IP.
Mm-hmm.
So it almost seems like that's what they did with Rage. It's like, okay, we did all this stuff. This isn't really Doom. Let's just make it its own IP. Okay.
Yeah, it had a very Fallout-y feel. What it might have been too is it might have been an attempt to move Fallout into the
FPS era.
id Tech engine.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean,
because
like,
they're still using creation from fucking Morrowind, if I recall.
Explains a lot.
Like they are using an older it was either Oblivion or Morrowind was the earliest game that uses the engine they're using, and they haven't replaced it. So like up to Fallout 76 is still using the same engine that they started like getting big with. I mean, don't get me wrong, when they merged with id, the guys from id came over and said, "Oh, look, your engine's crap. Let's fix some of it. All right, we're gonna go make Wolfenstein now."
And you have to say, Bethesda, as much as we make fun of like the Fallout titles like Rage, Doom, you can't say that Doom and the Wolfensteins have not been successes.
Oh no, definitely can't. They have been
Stellar.
really, really great games for them.
And Arcane has basically done home run after home run. Even when people say that Prey flopped, I mean, it did great in sales and it was its own thing.
Yeah.
The real problem they had was that it was, title righted, because it was a different game named Prey, and they got all of the like expectation of that.
Yeah, because we all thought it was going to be Prey 2, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
And then they just went, we've changed it to Prey. Like,
we did our own thing.
Yeah. So,
and then there's also isn't Dishonored under the Bethesda house?
Dishonored is Arcane Studios.
So
like both Dishonored 1, 2, and Death of the Outsider.
So say what
all
we say.
Smashes.
So we'll say what we will about Bethesda's their IPs.
Bethesda
IPs.
Yeah, Bethesda's in-house IPs.
Bethesda's in-house IPs are questionable. But at least they're also not at the point where they're going to go and fuck around with the studios that they've brought in. Like,
because that's the thing. If they do, they know they're going to fall apart.
And that's also smart because once again, let's look at EA. Oh,
actually, ESO's doing pretty well too.
Yeah, EA's doing all right, but Apex Legends.
The Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah,
it's actually really high up there, as far as like the popularity for
third
MMOs go.
Third, I think. I know WoW was one. We know that.
WoW was one. No, I think Final Fantasy overtook WoW.
In players or popularity?
Popularity.
Okay, I can believe popularity. I can't believe players.
I would definitely. It was close. It was close for a while.
Final Fantasy is just there's just too much in that. The grind is real in that game.
Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about the same as WoW.
I put 40 hours into it, and I got to I finally became a Dragoon, and I'm like, I'm done. I've done it. Like, I set out to, what's the quest to get Galebog? Sure, no. Not gonna do it. Definitely not gonna do it. Great game, guys. High fives all around. All right, I'm gonna go this way. But, so we'll say there, once again, it's Bethesda. I give them props as a publisher that they're not willing to dabble into their other game. They understand.
They let their other companies do their stuff.
Yeah, they let their other companies do their stuff. Todd Howard may rip the Skyrim, Fallout, Oblivion, those properties. That being said, Project Starfall, I'm probably gonna buy because it's and if you told me, James, we're gonna give you Fallout, but we're gonna give you Fallout 4 in space, I'd be like, oh boy, getting those System Shock vibes, getting that.
I just hope that they learn from some of their mistakes. And
they might.
Holy shit, have they made a few mistakes recently?
Let's not hype it up as much.
Yeah.
Just let it bubble under.
We're tentative. I'm tentative about it. I'm not gonna dive straight at it.
Todd Howard is gonna sell me on some shit this E3. Let's be honest. He is. He's gonna sell us on some shit.
We don't buy Bethesda. We buy Todd Howard.
We buy I love Todd. At this point in time, it's okay, Bethesda, but Todd Howard, he's such a likable guy.
Can we just have Todd Howard Studios and all it is just all it is a show about Todd Howard?
Can we have Todd Howard do all the press conferences for the White House? Those would be so entertaining. Just Todd Howard coming. Oh yeah, by the way, here's Andrew WK. What? Why? Why?
Why?
Because I'm Todd Howard. It's just I love that. Once again, it was not Andrew WK's best performance. Not by any stretch of mission, but it was by the way, here's Andrew WK. We're the fuck? Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What?
The fact, and then because at least once again, Bethesda being the studio there, at least they get themselves and they are okay with they understand who they are and about themselves. It's oh yeah, by the way, you can play Skyrim on Alexa. And we're no, well, yes, you can play Skyrim on Alexa.
That one probably was the easiest version of Skyrim to make because all it is text adventure.
I know. I was kind of hoping they were gonna throw glitches in there just to be the ultimate meme. But no, it makes sense. They get themselves. If anything, they do understand themselves. They may fuck up, but they at least gonna go, yeah. But at the same time too, it's not they fuck up and then they're okay, this is our game. But they fuck it up and in some cases, or at least they've learned to support their modding community because they know their modding community is going to increase the longevity of their games and also help fix all the problems with their games.
Yeah, because they can't be asked doing it even with remasters.
Nope. But why would you when you can have unpaid employees do it for you?
I laughed really hard at 2K's methodology with modding. People were asking, why don't you release mod tools? And their response was, well, the modders are going to do it anyway. I mean, it's true. It's like, oh shit. But like, you're right. It hurts, but you're right. Nowadays, actually, Borderlands 4 is probably going to be the easiest one to mod because it's made in probably, I'm assuming Unreal 4. If they didn't do anything proprietary to it, it's probably Unreal 4. So it's going to be the easiest.
It's the fourth Borderlands, the third game.
Yeah.
Are we counting pre-sequel? Is that a thing?
Yeah, we'll count it. Not played it.
It wasn't
we'll
a
count
bad game. It just wasn't.
No.
It wasn't Borderlands 2. By the way, is it bad that I still haven't beaten Borderlands 2?
Yes.
Complete
more shit.
Me and Chris still have. Well, I'm waiting for Chris. We had a multiplayer series. We were streaming it together.
Oh,
Yes.
there goes all of my internet.
There goes all of my internet too.
So let's keep going.
Don't worry.
So
we signed up for the new service where it should show the please wait thing.
hey,
Oh yeah.
Remember that thing that they came out with? That says
Yep.
like if you drop your connection, it'll put the please wait thing on there for you.
Yep.
Yeah, we have that.
Oh, if we just got network error, please try again.
I've just got buffering.
Great,
Alright,
Twitch.
Looks like it's back.
You're doing
Lovely
your
Twitch.
lovely.
Oh.
Twitch.
Yeah, now I've got it.
There it goes.
Okay, so we are a little bit behind. There is.
There
some
it
buffer
is.
There it is.
So are we going to show the trailer now? for Borderlands 3?
Yeah, once we come back.
Once everything fixes itself.
There we go. I can.
In the meantime, audio people. Oh, never mind.
Audio, it's still
Oh,
t-
I was gonna
hello.
give an audio secret.
We're back.
Hello, audio people.
Hello,
Remember,
okay.
we are the most visual audio podcast.
It's true. We are the most visual audio
The
podcast.
most visual audio podcast. By the
And
way,
the most audible visual podcast.
do you guys do know that like I don't edit out the trailer sequences when I do the audio part of the show. So
You
like
just leave the trailer sounds
yeah,
in,
so they
like, half the time
hear
it's going
they
on.
hear
That's
the
pretty good.
trailers.
Yeah, they can hear it. They can watch along if they so like. You know what you got to do though? You should toss a link into the description.
I could. I've read somewhere though that people don't like tons of links in social medias in the descriptions of the of their podcast stuff. So I try to just keep it very simplistic, like just the thing, just the MO, and then leave it other places.
That's fair.
Yeah, I've read that, so trying to increase the viewership. By the way, Chris, you will love this. Right before we go into the trailers, also because I need a few seconds to pull up the trailers.
Yep.
The actual play that we did is now the third most listened to audio podcast that we've ever done.
Fantastic! I'm happy about this.
So yeah, that's a thing we did.
My voice is going to be so gone.
It has been received very well. I am as surprised as anybody about it.
I almost started saying Alexei, which is the wrong character.
Yeah, wrong character. Ivan.
Yep.
Ivan.
When I sit in this chair, I do this voice for Alexei. When I am not in this chair, I do it for Ivan. Because again, I basically made a duplicate character instead of a champion of Torm. The other character, he's a druid from Barovia in the Curse of Strahd setting. So either way, great characters. Love them both.
It's good. I like GMing it, and I hopefully we'll get to do more sessions. I still have plenty more material. And now one of my other friends wants to bring me in on a game that they're doing, and because they've listened to it, they want me to help them do it. Like, we're going to record another one. So we're going to have another RPG.
Yeah. Oh, let me know if there's extra space, because I have so many characters in my noggin.
Okay, I'll let them know. They're looking for, like... Yeah, I'll let you know. All right, everybody, are we ready for trailers?
we had ready for trailers because the only other bit of news we were going to talk about was Sony's State of Play. Well, we got one trailer that we're going to show you anyway, and Iron Man VR.
Oh yeah.
Oh, VR.
Fuck.
I heard that looked really good. I didn't see it yet.
I didn't.
Yes.
I just want it. I don't care. I just want it. It's Iron Man. I just want it.
I will try bringing up the trailer for you while we're watching other trailers, yeah?
Sure.
I want to be Tony Stark.
All right, here we go.
So if we're starting with that one, I will be right back.
No, we're starting with Borderlands.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean by that one. I will be right back because I need to hydrate. Thank you, hydration bot.
I also haven't seen this trailer all the way through yet.
So I've left it in your DMs, Bitey.
Good.
As well as the order.
Order! Like, just looking at the trailer, I mean, we all know Polygon said it was a disappointment.
Of course.
I don't. Like,
no, Polygon is the litmus test. If Polygon is angry about your trailer, you've done right.
Yeah. If they're being social,
if everyone else is angry about it, you've done wrong.
Yeah. But I thought it was good. I'm excited for it. By the way, inclusion of characters from the Borderlands Telltale series. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Like,
basically everything Borderlands, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Like, everything I saw, I'm fine. It looks like a completed product. It looks very darn close to being completed.
It does.
That's just
curious as to what their story is going to be. Because you don't get a whole lot of that. You don't get a lot of hints of that. It looks like it's something to do with the sirens.
Yeah, because you got the sirens. By the way, I know a lot. I already know that the long-haired siren from the second game has launched a lot of ships.
Oh, Maya? Yeah.
Yeah, no, that
Maya is like Maya is more shipped than Lilith, even.
Yeah, now more than ever. But it looks.
I was always a fan of Moxie, though.
Everybody's a. Well,
Oh, Moxie was easily the most shipped, but
A couple of reasons, but you know.
I can think of
yeah,
two.
I can think of two.
I can think of two.
Great minds think alike, and so do ours, James.
Yep. One is Jessica Nagiri. The other one is. But yeah,
so
it looks good.
Yes.
the only thing is that I will be upset if it is still as empty as the other ones.
True.
Because that was something I loved. I loved when there was activity. But the problem was that the curve for the highs and lows had a lot of low. A lot of low. And that was the thing that bugs me about most games that are big names that aren't constant action. It seems like the setup for like the AAA titles is either A, all ups, or B, a lot of down.
So what you're saying, it's either Call of Duty or it's Destiny.
Yes.
Or like Call of Duty where it's like you're in there and you're just in gunfights the entire fucking time. Or
I would actually say Destiny has probably one of the better balances.
True, but Destiny does have a lot of like Destiny 1 was like
I didn't play Destiny 1. I can't compare that.
when it was empty, it was empty.
It was empty.
It was like you had to go like there were sometimes where like you had to find like an interesting event. You had to like go halfway across the map in your Sparrow to get there. There was no quick travel.
Oof. Yeah.
And like their mobs were like maybe 4 or 5 mobs. So everybody agree Borderlands 3, we're all positive on it. We're all happy about it.
Pretty positive.
I am pretty positive on that one, yeah.
Here's the question, would you pre-order it?
No.
Okay. It's a litmus test. With the information we know about it right now, you would not pre-order it.
Correct.
No.
Would you pre-order it under any circumstance?
No.
Absolutely
I
fair.
don't know. It depends what the circumstance would be.
I'm talking like just like the regular period. Like let's not talk like collector's edition or season pass or shit.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, Borderlands is probably a game you want to get the season pass for if you want all the DLC kind of, because there's going to be a lot of it.
They do like their DLC.
And they're usually pretty good.
They really milk the dilk.
They really do. But at least...
They get both hands on the dilk and just milk it.
Yeah, they do.
Yep.
They do. So, I mean...
They'll even use their feet.
So, moving on to something that's a little bit more dark and mysterious.
Oh boy. It's Pokemon, by the way.
Yes. Sword and Shield.
Oh, yes.
Remember, kids, not actual gameplay.
I forgot they made the announcement. I haven't watched the trailer.
Because I remember how happy Amy Graves was about finally being able to talk about it. So.
You're young. You'll fight over scraps. Safety is bought with blood. Yours. Theirs. Ours. Make one mistake, and it's over. no one's hands stay clean. You will come to despise it
All right, take
as
care.
much as I do.
No worries, Gio. You have a good one, mate. Safe journey
But
back.
I've waited so long to see it again.
Now that looks good.
Also, shout outs Paradox Studios. Paradox. God, they can't get enough of those guys.
They really knock it out of the park every single time. Like, they're just absolutely fucking stellar studio. Really deserve more recognition. However, let me say,
You want to talk about
World of Darkness.
You want to talk about milking DLC?
Also, yes, let's talk about Milky DLC.
Oh,
Holy
Paradox.
fuck.
Oh,
The only people who do it harder is fucking Overkill.
yeah.
But Overkill at least has a long story and a long con to play into.
CK2? It's like 7
Okay,
years old.
no. So CK2, yeah, a lot of DLC.
Europa Universalis
Not-
4.
Not one title that has. It's not Train Simulator, but with guns. It's not Payday 2. Payday 2, I would say, is the one who's milked the most out of their fucking DLC.
Oh, no. Even though they do a lot. Tecmo Koei. Dead or Alive.
No,
Almost
that's-
£1,000 worth of DLC for Dead or Alive 5.
True. Yes.
It's skins.
It's skins. It's not
It's skins.
content.
That's not. Yeah,
It's not
all of-
content.
all of the DLC for Payday includes content.
Same with Paradox. There are a few
Yep.
skins. But the majority of their DLC is content packs. Adding
That's for actual levels. That's
That's why I don't consider that the same, because I skins, then you're talking like fucking Dota has like the monopoly on that because they sell individual skin pieces. League is even less than Dota. League has a lot of skins, sure, but Dota has a lot of skins, and each of those skins have pieces that are individually purchasable.
so
So
but
I don't count skins. I don't count skins as DLC. Skins are not DLC. Skins are skins.
right.
but you were saying about Vampire
World of Darkness.
Yes.
So I didn't play the original Masquerade, so I don't know how the story goes.
I played,
I've played Vampires the Masquerade tabletop,
I have too.
and it is literally just a teenager trying to be more edgy than the next edgy teenager.
Yes, it is.
Which is why I love playing normal-ass Malkavians. Because it's just a wrench in everyone's system. It's like, you play a young-blooded, modern-era Malkavian, and they're just a little tinge of crazy. But let's be honest, who isn't nowadays? They'll blend just right in. And you just be a normal-ass person. And like when people do like crazy vampire shit, you're just like, don't do that. Stop. Don't be weird. It's a lot of fun doing that. But otherwise, if it holds true to the system, I am concerned because the system is very stupid. But if it is treated differently, I am excited.
If it uses the system as the basis for a game, that, like they take it, it's like, okay, we'll have the PowerPoints and stuff like that, but we'll use that as like the RPG elements for this game.
I will be. I'll kind of hesitate away from it.
It will depend on the implementation of that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know how they did it in the first one. I heard the first one was pretty good.
It was. A lot of people love it.
So long as they just, don't make it actual World of Darkness,
Right.
then we should be fine.
For me, it's Vampire Bloodlines is much like Half-Life 1 is for me. I played it. I liked it when I played it in the era that it was in. I'm not going to go back and play it because that will ruin the experience I had with the game when it originally came out.
Right. That's what happened to me with Kingdom Hearts. I went back and I played Kingdom Hearts 1 and I was like, why is this control scheme garbage? Why does this play like garbage?
Guess what? Same for 3. Same for 3. I can confirm.
I didn't even make it through 2 because 2 is better, but not by much.
What killed it for 3 is not even the control scheme, it's just the actors putting in half-ass performances.
Oh.
Hey, I get to start that tomorrow.
Yeah. Listen to Hades, by the way, Chris. By the way.
Oh, no.
Listen to Hades. That is James Woods. That is not somebody pretending to be James Woods. That is James Woods. And if it was somebody pretending to be James Woods, I would have been like, okay, I'll give this a pass. But when I looked at IMDb and it said James Woods, I was like, fuck this game. No.
Oh, no.
It was not good.
No.
It was not good. Also, there's no Final Fantasy characters or Square characters in it at all.
Yeah, I feel like they've been trying to step away from it.
Or Disney has been pushing them out of it.
Well, it's hard to say which, because it seems like they're trying to go. I don't know. I get the feeling that Square is trying to do like newer stuff. The upcoming Final Fantasy XIV thing, they brought on the developers from Nier to handle the raids.
That's going to be interesting.
I mean, that's why I want to start resubbing. I'm prepping for it. I'm good. Once the new one drops, I'm probably just gonna resub and do it because like Nier felt so good to play. Don't get me wrong, it was great to watch, but it was really good to play.
I can think of 2 reasons for that too. And it's not 2B's personality.
Don't get me wrong, 2B's personality. Another reason, but no, it felt really good to play. The one thing I would say, the one thing about Nier Automata that I didn't quite like is the limitation on weapons. There were really not that many, but I also don't think I found that many. I think I found like 30 or 40% of them. I don't know. I need to go back and I need to keep playing it because I only stopped at like where I was. Apparently there's a fuck ton of game left that I just haven't done.
How many? There's like 80 endings to that game or something like that.
I believe it's 26.
Yes. Okay.
I believe it's 1 for each letter.
Blimey. So yeah, I've got to go back and do it and play it.
Yeah. There's like 3 that are really easy where it's just like the first one is you just say no. You don't do what the people say right away. And then you lose, and then the world ends. There's one where you take your chip out. So the one that says, don't remove this, you remove it. Yeah, that's an ending.
Then they have like total really big anime endings too.
Yeah. I mean, that one, it's been a long time since a game, like, shocked me with its twists. And this one did. Like, don't get me wrong, I've gotten emotional over things in games. But I wasn't shocked. Like, Senwa. Hellblade, Senwa's Sacrifice.
Yeah.
I wasn't shocked, but
they
was
really
very
played that
emotional.
emotional very well, didn't they?
Oh my god. I was bawling my eyes out after I stopped streaming. I just like went into a corner and wept.
I can see why when I did that in 2 parts, I shut up. I didn't say a word. I just let the game happen.
I did do a little bit of commentary. I was mostly quiet, but I did do a little bit of commentary. I did it at breakpoints though. I basically left my mic on, but I played through silently, and then I would find a breakpoint and I would open up chat and I would handle chat.
Yeah.
I mean, whew.
Here's something.
It is an emotional gut punch.
Here's something else that I know I was going to talk about. And it's not a trailer, but it's finally got updated art and music.
Yay.
Oh, cheeky breaky intensifies.
Cheeky breaky, like.
Stalker 2 is back in development.
It's my life, and it's now or never.
He's original cheeky breaky.
Anytime I see Stalker, I just can't unthink of like the Russian version of Bon Jovi song.
Yes. Stalker. It came out before Metro. Maybe it won't be on Epic Store only. Or post on Steam Store and then go to Epic Store because it will help save people money. I'm still not salty about that.
Honestly, as a developer, I would post onto the Discord store.
They're moving away from posting stuff on their own stores. Between now that like Epic and Steam are like, let's fucking do this.
I mean, I still would. Just because 10% cut? Like, guys, think about you're gaining 20 developers. You're gaining 20% by working with Nitro.
I thought Epic was 7.
No, I think they were higher. Epic using Unreal is 5%. That's not with the store. Using Unreal is 5%. And then I think the Epic Store was, I want to say they were doing 25.
12.
Is it? So it's still a 17%.
If
you're using Unreal.
It is. So yeah, no, sorry. It's 30. Apparently, it's 35% goes to, sorry, 30% goes to Steam. 5% if you're using Unreal Engine. So 30% goes to Steam.
Yep. 5% goes to Unreal.
Unreal.
If you're using
65 goes to the developer. If you don't use Unreal, it's 30% to Steam, 70%. If you're using Unity or Unreal Engine on Epic Games, it's 12% to the store, 88% to them.
Yeah, so it's still a 17% if you're working.
Which now it makes sense why Bethesda is on the Steam store, because they have their own. They don't use Unity or Unreal.
Yeah, they use their own engines.
So it makes sense. Also, it's like the biggest platform, and let's be honest. Like, Steam has the infrastructure for the workshop and the mod support that they're probably looking for.
Yes,
Steam has that infrastructure.
Unreal has infrastructure set up to be used with Unreal, as by Arc and Fortnite. So like, if you're making a game in Unreal Engine and you want people to mod it, set up mod tools and release it on the Unreal Engine, the Epic Store. But like, I mean, other good places, itch.io.
Yep.
Other good places, GOG.
Yep.
Fanatical.
I mean, go to GOG if you don't want DRM and you want to support CD Projekt Red.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Fanatical is a good place too, by the way. Fanatical is a really good place. I stand by Fanatical as like my bundle group. They're just so much better than Humble. They're just good.
Also, we're not sponsored by any of these people, but
I've tried for a sponsorship with Fanatical. We're working on it.
We're looking at you guys here. I mean, it doesn't take
Come
much
on,
to
guys.
do. We're good
All we
at
have to
hawking.
do is say.
We are good at hawking shit.
All we have to say is just, by the way, this episode is brought to you by Fanatical. But, you know, it's not yet. It's not yet, by the way. Clarify. It's not yet.
It's like, let's take
Hashtag not sponsored yet.
let's take a
Hashtag
break.
sponsored, not sponsored.
It's not like we've had episodes where we've had ads for stuff. Like Twitch
It's true.
Prime. Anybody remember the Twitch Prime ad? I remember the Twitch Prime ad.
It's true. Which, by the way,
Twitch Prime.
if you have Twitch Prime, you have a free subscription. Go subscribe somewhere.
True.
It can be us. It could be someone else. But somebody who you enjoy is deserving of those free dollars. You know who it is, and it's up to you.
You know what happened when you press subscribe to Twitch? When you press subscribe to Prime and you paid $119 when you wanted to buy that dress at 60% off and 2-day shipping, and now you forgot to undo it, now you're stuck with it. Fucking use that money. Help 12 streamers. Really. Help 12 streamers. You can do that.
Yep.
But anyways, it's time for Will's trailers.
Yes.
So these are all Will's trailers.
Fuck this bullshit. Back to you in the studio, Chuck. Fuck you. I don't give a shit. Ahem. Sorry about that, folks. Clearly, lots of outrage over these dogs.
I want a divorce too, and you're keeping the kids because you don't respect me. You push me, and you push me.
We are the abstainers.
Holy shit, that's what the abstainers look like?
Why can't you just respect that I don't want to rotate my chair? I don't want to be jiggling around.
They look just like the guy who's got the dogs in his eyes causing all this trouble. Shut the fuck up, Trober. No one needs to hear your commentary about everything. Fuck.
You gotta eat some shit, piss, drink some piss.
So it's Rick and Morty.
All right, and that's how we
Rick
do
and
it.
Morty.
Let's go.
Yeah. Some people who thought you
Let's
Rick and
find
Morty.
the crystal of Hercules.
Partner, we gotta find the crystal of Ithacles. I have the crystal of Ithacles right here.
Fuck you. Fuck you, you son of a bitch.
You stupid piece of shit! Wow, I'm fucking crazy! I'm fucking crazy!
I'm your boss. I'm the one who pays your bills.
I'm fucking crazy! I'm fucking crazy!
So I need you to shut the fuck up and do what the fuck I tell you to do.
It just looks like an episode of Rick and Morty, where Rick and Morty aren't the actual characters.
I know
mean,
what I
it's
say
not-
is yes, please.
I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that's what I see. I see just like, this is a bunch of shit that we cut from the TV show. Let's throw it into a video game.
I'm mostly concerned about the control scheming and the way the game actually feels when playing.
Yeah.
If
important
I
stuff.
really want it to be really Dark Soulsy, like I really want it to be very like it's a hack and slash.
It's gonna be
It's
no,
a
it's
little
gonna
bit
be
of
a
action
Ratchet and
RPG.
Clank. It looks like a Ratchet and Clank.
It looks a little Ratchet and Clanky. I really want it to be like deep and nuanced gameplay, but like with just this not that nuanced commentary. That would genuinely be the best way to go about it, is to really like hammer down really intense core gameplay, but with this like meme-tasm overlay. I would be super happy with that.
I'm just. I saw it last year. I can't remember where I saw it last. So I think it was Randy Free Time. And I just loved to look at it. And then when the State of Play showed it and gave it the release date of May 31st, it's like, ooh, I need this. I need this.
All
I
right.
just hope it lives up to it because it just looks fucking funny. Last trailer?
Second to last trailer.
Morning, sir. Our travel time to Shanghai is 11 hours, 15 minutes.
Told you we should have taken the faster flight.
I think the board prefers you wear a more conventional suit to these company meetings.
You can't outrun your past.
Friday, tell me I didn't just imagine that.
Negative, sir. Sir, incoming!
A little late, don't you think? Friday, suit up, now!
All systems online.
Time for the hero thing.
Sir, hostiles inbound, 10 o'clock.
So much for a hero's welcome.
On your right.
Any idea who we're up against?
You've made your share of enemies, sir. I'll need more time. How about you?
That's how it's done.
Threat neutralized.
Good. I have a plane to catch.
Okay.
Now, I don't know whether that's an experience or whether that's going to be a game.
It just reminds me of like those old school on rail shooters.
Yeah.
Just in VR. That's just good. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Just not my cup of tea.
Well, yeah, because you're not a fan of VR, so it's one of those ones that looks really nice, but it's just you just yeah. Okay,
And
fair enough. Carry on then.
And not Robert Downey Jr.
Mm.
That's his brother Teddy Stark.
Sounds like the guy they used for the Zen Studios used for Iron Man for their table.
Actually, it's Steady Tark. Steady Tark is is obviously the in the Iron Man suit there.
It's not Ned Stark.
No, he knows nothing.
Tony Spark.
Tony Spark.
Yeah.
Does he know Dave Nova though? That's the question.
Oh, he better know Dave Nova.
You better remember about Dre, because remember, you don't forget about Dre.
No. And remember, I was threatening you with like the whole replacements thing earlier in it. Well, here's the final trailer. It's the scene from the replacements. I found it.
What do you think? We got time for one play. We don't stop the clock, it's over. Give me a chance, boss. I'm bored. You're looking at a 65-yard field goal here, Nigel. You just hold it, Shane, and I'll kick the bloody piss out of it. What the hell? What the hell? Field goal!
Kenny's gonna let Ruff ride his field goal from 65 yards out. I don't know if he has enough leg. I think that guy's smoking on the field.
Smoking? I'm sure you just imagined that.
Oh, no, I saw it. I saw the smoke and everything.
Hey, meet him. Look who's on TV. Bingo. He wants to keep his spot. He's gonna stop blowing some kids. I'm telling you, that's him.
It's straight enough. It's half the distance. It's half the distance. It's there.
Such a good, like, just. I love that movie, personally. Just give it to me and I'll kick the bloody piss out of it. Somebody calls him Scottish and he's actually Welsh. So, you know, that shows
pretty good.
But no, the replacements. It stars Keanu Reeves, which that should give you every reason to go see that movie anyways. Because Keanu Reeves. But
Keanu Reeves is John Wick.
Yeah.
Keanu
Like
Reeves,
in real life.
Did anybody hear about what happened to the flight he was on? Anybody else read the story? So, the flight he was on an American Airlines flight.
Okay.
Flying regular class. Number one, because fucking Keanu Reeves. They have a huge malfunction and have to make an emergency landing at a Burbank airport that's closed.
Mm-hmm.
So they go and they land, and the Burbank airport is closed for the moment, but there's like a Blimpies that's open. Keanu, like, gets involved with calling like the airport people to like get a van, buys everybody blimpies, like then gets in the van with everybody from this airplane to get driven 2 hours back to Los Angeles airport, and proceeds to, through the 2 hours on his phone, read factoids about the Burbank area and play local music for them the entire time. Entertains them. And then at the end, when they finally like get back to like where their bags and stuff are, because he's helped sort out how to get their bags back, thanks everybody for the time, and then goes and walks to a Carl's Jr. to have dinner. Because he's fucking
That's Keanu Reeves. Like,
like
the most. He is the most.
like he's just a human being. Like if there's ever like a reason to, if there's ever good guys on the internet, it's
He's extra human.
Everybody sees that dog meme was like where it was like when when they goes like, was I a good boy? He says, no, you were the best. No, that's
Keanu.
That's Keanu. let me see. This will be our last trailer because somebody it's just like because the best part is everybody videotaped it, social media, and somebody actually hacked it together into a YouTube video. So this is the last thing we're gonna watch because we need positive things. And the way that the show has gone, we've had our ups and our downs. But anytime I can say good things about Keanu Reeves, here it is. Oh, it gets so much better.
Wearing pretty much the same hoodie that I have. The dude on the right.
Here comes the music. Boom, 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 boom. I'll shoot you right down. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I'll shoot you right down. Boom, boom, boom.
He's gorgeous, by the way. I love that. He's gorgeous, by the way.
The people who can unload the bags won't be here for 3 hours. The vans will be here in an hour. So if you want to hit the road and then deal with your bags later, or deal with customer service and get it delivered, if you want to. Its population is around 380,000.
All right.
Making it the 9th most
I actually have the
populous
dip.
city in
I have it.
California, and the
No worries,
7th
dude.
most populous city
Have a good
in
one,
the
buddy.
nation.
Everybody, if you're not already following Mr. Hurgleman on Twitch, please do so because he's awesome.
There he is, just walks off into the sunset. just a beautiful human being, Keanu Reeves. If you ever have a bad day, just read stories about Keanu Reeves. Cause, like for instance, that movie, The Replacements, he took a pay cut because he wanted to work with Gene Hackman. And so that way they would have enough money in the budget to get Gene Hackman to come onto the movie.
Nice.
He gives a lot of his money to the crew.
Yeah.
Like there was a guy who was on the set of The Matrix. He built the scenes, and he learns everybody's names. He built the scenes and everything for like the background. And his wife was having medical bill problems because she had I think she had cancer, and Keanu Reeves just like wrote him a check and said,
"Wow,
just take care of what you need to take care of." Like he's like donated. He has like a foundation that he's like all he is the mysterious benefactor for that just donates to kids' hospitals and stuff. And he just does it, and he doesn't want his name tied to it in any way because it would take away from the work that they do. So like,
wow,
he's just a great person. From like what I hear about, like he's just super chill and a nice guy. So, that's why if anything ever good comes up that has anything to do with Keanu Reeves, I'm all for it. Also, by the way, he plays John Wick, and John Wick is in Payday 2. So, video game connection.
So speaking of which, what have you been playing then this past week, James?
Football Manager, The Division 2,
Mm-hmm.
Tropico 6, and that's it.
Wow.
How's
the Division going?
It's fun. It is a working looter shooter.
See, I haven't broken it yet then.
No, it works. It works. They took everything that was wrong with the Division and they fixed it. And their end game actually makes sense.
Yeah. So it doesn't get boring after the end game's done.
Well, the way that you play through all the story, like once again, how do you know something's good if Polygon complains about it? Polygon complained that the game was too long. And I'm like, well, it's an MMO and it's been out 2 weeks and you're saying it's too long. It's supposed to have like a shelf life of 3 years. So, okay, buddy, back the fuck off. But then when you get to the end game, so you have like areas, you do stuff for them, you beat all that stuff. And when you get to the end game and you beat the final boss mission, a private military company invades. And so essentially what happens is then you hit end game content, which is now you're not leveling up your character, you're leveling up your weapons and your gear. And there's 4 world tiers going on 5 now. The 5th one's going to be released and increase the game score as part of the end game content that they're releasing at the end of April.
Yeah.
Actually, next week. Sorry, beginning of April. And so you have to now, all that content that you did, where like you had to like do control points and unlock areas, you have to do that again. Because these private military like fights you, and the story is like they fight you into the White House, and then you make your last stand, and then you guys have to go back out and recapture all these places that you helped capture originally. And it's new enemy types, new stuff. You have to grind out gear, and it lets you grind out gear. And then once you like do stuff, you have to attack these strongholds. And once the strongholds are done, it lets you go up to the next world tier. And so, but there's an ebb and flow now, where like if you capture areas and hold them, the NPCs will come and try and take them back. So like you have to like be aware of stuff and as you do stuff.
Yeah.
And so it becomes fluid. And then like as you go up world tiers, the gear levels get better, the better loot you get. So. And also there's the 3 end game classes, which you then unlock once you beat the game, which you can switch easily between and respec at any point in time. So you're leveling up sniper class, crossbow class, demolition class. So it had thought put into it. Versus like fly around in a mech suit, be Iron Man. Still haven't figured our loot problem, but that's all I've been playing.
Fair enough, right? So I haven't been playing as much this week. I finished Shrine 3 and then went back and platinumed it because I actually went back on later that day on Sunday last week and platinumed it because I went off stream and I leveled up. I got enough the shrine angles, as they call them, to go to the final boss. And I looked at it and went, hang on here. I've done all the levels. Looked at it, I can platinum this in one go. So I went back on because I didn't want to wait till this Sunday. Because rather than actually spending, 15 minutes on that and then starting another game beforehand or afterwards, and it would have lasted 2 hours. So I think Kingdom Hearts 3 deserves me to do the full 2 hours. So I went back on and thought, I'll probably be on this an hour. 10 minutes. First time, beat the boss. I'm like, oh, I got this lovely adrenaline rush of actually managing to complete it that quickly. So it was nice. It was like good. Played more of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Didn't play any of Mass Effect, but played a lot of Formula One with Will, Soy Clearance, and J-Dub, because we're getting J-Dub into this for a side project that will be on tonight, which I'll pimp out later on. Dragon Age Inquisition, played a lot more of that, got that other story mission done, again, first go. So it's back to just looking around areas and just picking off some other stuff, leveling up till we get enough points to go to the next story mission. Offline though, played the Grand Tour. The Grand Tour this week was one of the best episodes I've played because they were in an airport, and the part with Keanu Reeves there walking through the airport reminded me of Jeremy Clarkson and Richard Hammond were going through an airport to film a piece, and for 20 minutes you had Jeremy Clarkson ranting about how bad the airport is, how you have to go to take all this time going to gates and then go to the wrong gates. So they had an idea. Richard Hammond bought him a case which had the laptop in it, but wheels. So it was almost like a skateboard with a laptop in it. And his carry-on luggage was a pair of pants and his toothbrush in his jacket pocket. Clarkson had his suitcase, which had a little motor in it. So he's sitting on his suitcase and riding along. It was brilliant. Almost killed a man. Just knocked into him. It's like, oh, sorry. So that was a really great episode. And so what I was going to say was, we were talking about before the show started our games completion for the year and how many we've done. And you were saying that you probably you've done your 2 now for the year. That's you're done. Fantastic. No need to complete any more. I was talking about how many I've completed, and I started on PC the Sega Mega Drive Genesis collection.
All right.
So, because I haven't really finished any of the games there, I saw Sonic the Hedgehog, played Sonic the Hedgehog, but never finished it in the past. So rather than actually say, if I complete all the little games in that's just one game. If I play the games in there and finish them, I'm going to count them as one each.
Okay.
Because I think that's the best way. Because I think that's fair. Because they are standalone games on their own. So I played a bit of Sonic 1, played a bit of Sonic 2. No, I'm not speedrunning them. Leave that to Jay. He's better than I am. Much, much better. And then just played some more pool. And that was it. Not much.
I think that's it then. Are we good?
Shout outs.
Yes,
stuff that's coming up. Big shout out to Jay, to Will, to Robin, to Michael, to everybody in the chat here. Also, big shout out for Extra Life. We are going to be officially launching the Extra Life page around either April the 7th or April the 8th. Now, the reason I'm saying either one is I don't know how I'll feel when I get back from Res and what sort of time frame I'll be looking at Res. So probably look for it more on the 8th of April rather than 7th. But you never know, because I've prepared it. It's all ready to go. If you are wanting to be part of the team for us, contact me. I will give you a link so you can join that team. Okay. So from that week, you'll be able to start donating. Please do. Let us smash the targets that we've put for it, as you will see when we launch it.
What have I committed to? 2 hours a fortnight?
No, that was for...
No, that was last year.
Yeah, that was for Game Blast, so... I don't know, we haven't really sort of talked about what we're actually doing for that November bit. I know I've said I wanted to do more than 8 hours for my side of it. I know I said I was prepared to do like a 24-hour stint, and then you and Chris do how many hours you want. So it'll be probably more than the 24. But here's the thing, because next month, the 21st of April, is my 5-year anniversary of being on Twitch streaming, which is a milestone in itself. As I look at years already, bloody Nora. On the 21st, it's a Sunday. So that Sunday service will not be a normal one. I will not be playing Kingdom Hearts 3 on that one. What I will be doing is I will be on the Xbox. I will be going A to Z of my games until I get a achievement in that game, and then moving on to the next one. For every one during those 12 hours that I do, 50 cents will be going to Extra Life. As a prelude to what I will be wanting to do in November for the Extra Life main event, when I'll be doing the same thing on the PS4. So, do you have any shout-outs, matey?
Shout-outs to Keanu Reeves for being an awesome human being.
Yep.
Just, normal shout-outs to Kim and Gio for just being great. Crafty for showing up. Michael Patterson. There was Football Manager, and he was there.
They love their football.
Apparently. For a nice new follow of let me pull up exactly who his name was, because those were things.
Was it FM Trans?
FM Trans, who wanted to help with kits, and then saw mine and complimented me on them. So thank you, FM Trans. And that's about it. Let's just take a little look-see here on who we follow.
Yes, because I do want to say as well, the little side project that I seem to have been adopted into is called Turn One Podcast. It is a podcast and gaming around Formula One that will be on tonight, around about 8 o'clock UK time from the Tracker 57 and Will's Toy Clearance. I do make appearances on them. So, if you're free, if you want to talk about F1, if you're a fan of it, jump in, join in.
I know nothing about F1, so Lewis Hamilton is a person.
Yeah, he drives well.
He drives for Mercedes and is like the best one in the world. But he didn't win first place. His partner did, and he was in second. Yeah. That's about all I know about F1. I keep generally aware so I can speak to Will about it. But anyways, that's it for us. He's great show. Have super fun. We see Fem Fox now. She is a wonderful person. We love her. Okay, bye-bye now. We like you. We love you. Have great time. Bye-bye.
See you in 2 weeks.